Hello and welcome back to Sugo Sportsland. We're here in the lush forested mountains of Miyagi Prefecture in northern Japan. And of course we are here for round 3 of the FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. This morning, in the first part of this press conference, we spoke to some of the 600 and 1000cc riders, and this afternoon we'll be bringing you views from some of the key players in the other classes. The on-track action, of course, will get underway tomorrow morning. But just to reflect a little bit about being here at Sugo, especially as I took some time to drive around the track at lunchtime, I would say we're even more excited now to be here. There's a few reasons for this. One is the dreary old reason of the pandemic that kept us away from Japan for 3 years. So we're just thrilled to be back in this fantastic country. Secondly, though, this is our our first ever visit to Sugo, and our impression is that the circuit could turn out to be one of the event's greatest stars. It's built into a gorgeous natural mountain environment, opened 45 years ago, more than 45 years ago in 1975. It's a 3.6 kilometer circuit. It has 2 long straights, 11 turns. Many of them, as I found out at lunchtime when I drove around, have banking, and it has a chicane just before the start-finish straight. And it has elevation changes of no less than 70 meters. So it is, in every sense of the word, a breathtaking motor racing circuit. And finally, we are making history this weekend because this is the first international event in 15 years since the renovation of Sugo. So that means that along with the World Superbike Championship, which ran here for 8 years, this marks ARRC forever in the history of Sugo Sportsland. So as I mentioned, we're talking to some of the key riders in our 5 racing categories. Now, to start this afternoon session, I'm delighted to say that we have some of the top riders in what is many people's favourite category in the Asia Road Racing Championship, the Underbone 150s. And so we have with us Wayuaji Trilaksana, we have Nazrul Izzat, we have Hafiza Rofa, John Emerson, and home hero Oiwezu. Wayuaji Trilaksana, I want to start with you. You come here leading the championship after a fantastic start to the season with 1XO XTKKR. In Sepang, you had a really good race 1.
Yeah.
Race 2, a few problems at the end, as I recall. What would you say has contributed to your success this year so far?
I have a good communication with the team, my crew and mechanic. So I just enjoy the race. In race 2.
Enjoy the race?
Race 1, sorry.
Yeah. Well, that's working for you. And race 2, could you describe what happened in race 2?
I don't have a problem, but I'm not lucky because I just avoid the crash in the last corner, so make me run away.
I remember.
Yeah.
And so here you are at Sugo. Number 1, have you been here before? And number 2, what is your aim for this weekend?
Maybe this is first time for me in the Sugo, but my target is I'm focused at championship point. So in the race round 3, I want win the race.
Okay. Well, good luck. We're looking forward to seeing you,
you.
In action this weekend. I'd like to turn next to you, Nazrul, from UMA Racing. You gave us a lot to cheer about in round 2, in race 2 in particular. It was a huge and really impressive success. Do you think you can bring that kind of performance to Sugo?
Kemenangan saya pada round 2 hari tu, saya akan buat lebih baik di Sugo. So saya akan cuba fight untuk mengejar overall champ lah.
Okay, and what are the preparation and planning have you done before coming here to Sugo?
First kali saya banyakkan pada latihan motocross dan training pada fitness. So saya banyak pada fokus tengok YouTube di Dita Sugo dan saya study banyak.
Okay, thank you so much and good luck for this weekend. And let's move next to Hafiza Rofa, a very popular rider who promised much, and Hafiza, you really delivered it in race 1, round 2. Tell me what that experience was like.
For me, it's good for come back in this stage. I have long time no race ARRC stage, and after round 1 I missed, and round 2 I back to Malaysia. Sepang is my hometown, and it's positive result for me, and it's bring back my momentum to keep going, and I hope I can carry that momentum on this track. And I see this track is very interesting. We have downhill and uphill, and yeah, we see tomorrow.
Yeah, and who do you see as your main competitors? This is an almost impossible question for underbone 150s, but who do you think will go really well out of your competitors here?
I think my teammate also going well this year. YURG, he good in circuit like big track, and also other riders like Gopita and Nazirul also. And I think more or less we can combine our strategy for race, and yeah, we see tomorrow.
Okay, well, thank you, and good luck for the weekend.
Thank you.
And John Emerson, let's come to you next. You've looked very strong ever since coming into this series, perhaps without getting the results in the early stages. But in race 2 at Sepang, you came through to achieve a podium. What changed? What got you to the stage where you could move from the pack and complete a race successfully like that?
Just focus for the race and learning for their competitors' moves, and just focus on the front and until the last corner, and I do my best to win.
Okay, and in what was the issue in race 1 at Sepang when you didn't finish?
The number one is on mechanical problem. I have a problem with my engine. The roller arm is broken and the timing chain is broken. That's why I can't finish race 1.
Okay, and how do you expect to go this weekend? What are your expectations?
Very exciting because of I see the design of the track. There's a uphill, downhill. I think it's more exciting for the other riders and also for me, because all of us is first time in here.
Yeah, I think it'll be exciting. It'll be interesting to see who really gets this circuit.
Yes.
John, thank you, and good luck for this weekend.
Thank you.
And so, last but not least, let's talk to the home hero for Team One for All, Uezu. So here you are now in a home race for you. Looking back at round 2, that was a little disappointing for you, perhaps.
Yeah.
What do you think you could have done better in round 2?
Round two is I think I don't have enough positivity. Yeah.
Okay, and what about the advantages of racing at home? Are there any advantages for you?
Yeah. Yeah. I think the advantage of racing in my home country. My home country is knowing the track strategy.
Hmm. Yeah. What is something about this circuit that you know that other people do not?
This circuit.
Sorry?
Yeah. One more.
Yeah. So what is one thing about this circuit that other people who haven't raced here
Yeah.
wouldn't know? What's
Yeah.
one secret
Yeah.
to Sugo?
Yeah. Secret. Yeah. Secret.
You're keeping the secret.
Yeah.
Okay. Earlier today, we asked some general questions about Japan, just kind of cultural questions to see how much you know about Japan and also about motorsport here. Oi, while you've got the microphone, perhaps you could tell us who is your greatest Japanese racing hero?
Yeah. This week is this week.
So a hero from any time when you were growing up and you see some great Japanese racers. Who inspired you?
Yeah. What? Did you play that? Japanese? Sasaki.
Sasaki. Okay. All right. That's a good answer. Perhaps we'll ask some of the other riders as well. Moving on to more general knowledge. You can see around here that there's a lot of forest and mountains. It's a place of very natural beauty, but there are also some dangerous animals around here if you go around hiking. So I want to ask because I know you've done some homework before coming here. Yeah, pass him the microphone. Can you think of any, while you were doing your homework before coming here, what were some dangerous animals that you can find in Japan?
I think black bear.
Black bear?
Yes.
Okay. So try not to go too far off track, all right? Black bear. There are black bears out there, so try not to go too far off track, all right? There's more than just the points deduction. All right. Let me ask. Let me ask. Let's ask John. John, do you have any Japanese riders that you really admire from any time? Japanese motorcycle racers.
Maybe my friends in here, ARRC rider.
Yeah. And from history, anybody?
I forgot the name.
Okay. All right. So let me ask Nazarol. Here's a question for you. In one word, how would you describe Wayuaji Trilaksana?
Okay. Bagi saya kalau YUIG rider yang sangat pengalaman dari race underbone. So saya pernah race underbone dengan YUIG daripada 2016. So sekarang saya race lagi underbone sama YUIG dan dia udah pengalaman yang banyak. So bagi saya akan cuba buat yang terbaik lah.
Okay, thank you. And I better ask Hafiza, because you're very much at the front of this this class now. Who inspired you? Which rider inspired you to become a motorcycle racer?
Sorry.
Which rider, Japanese or any nationality, who inspired you to become a motorcycle racer?
For me, for Nakagami. For me, he very consistent in World Championship. I like to see him every race because he the one Asian people who race in MotoGP, and sometimes I study him a lot, how he take the corner, and he go to new track and he fast learn about the track, and I like that.
That's a really great answer. Thank you. All right then, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon and for your really interesting comments. We wish you all the best of success this weekend. So thank you. And we're going to take a short break, and then we'll come back and interview some of the most exciting AP250 riders. So don't go too far, and if you can hear some booming in the background, that's the sound of thunder, which could bring us on to another topic. Thank you. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Hello, and thank you for staying with us. We're spending most of the day today talking to some of the key competitors in the 5 different classes for the FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. We are, of course, if you've been with us, here at Sugo Sportsland in the fantastic setting in the mountains of Miyagi in northern Japan. We are here this time with the AP250 riders. As you all know, it's an extremely competitive class, and we have 5 of the most interesting riders and riders with the most potential here with us this afternoon. So we have Aiki Iyoshi, Aldi Satya, Setu Rajiv, Cal Vietnam, and Akid Aziz. So we'll be getting their views on the last round and also how they are looking forward to this round, and we'll be testing a bit of their general knowledge about Japan too. So, Aiki Iyoshi, you're the home hero here, so let me start with you. You rode like a hurricane in round 2, and you did really you put in a really strong performance. Where did you get that motivation to succeed?
Yeah. So round 2, there was good flow from free practice, and I pushed every lap while thinking about in the race. But it's disappointing to lose to my teammate Frederick. But this round I don't lose. So yeah.
What about the home advantage here, Aoki?
So
Aiki, sorry. I have trouble with my vowels sometimes.
2 questions. So this round is my home country, but I never riding this circuit. So first time, but I do my best to win first place. So yeah.
Okay, and what are you aiming for?
Yeah, my aim is to become a champion. So I work hard for that.
Yeah, you have a lot of people supporting you here in Japan, and of course in the ARRC community as well. So Aiki, thank you, and
Thank you.
good luck. Let's come to next I'm not sure if he's still the youngest rider in the class, but the youngest rider at this table, Aldi Satya Mahendra of Yamaha Racing Indonesia. You've had 2 pretty decent races, but do you think you could have done better in round 2?
Yeah.
So how could you describe round 2 for us?
Yeah, for round 2, I have good result because I can finish 4th position, and that's good for me.
And who would you say are the strongest competitors, or likely to be the strongest competitors here?
In here, I think
These guys?
Yeah.
Okay. I think so too. Let's mention the weather, because we recently, a few minutes ago, heard a big rumble of thunder, and many of us in ARRC remember first noticing you at Suzuka in June 2019 when you put in a performance that took the breath away of everybody that was lucky enough to see that race. Are you hoping that it rains this weekend?
I don't know, but I think this weekend will be rain. But yeah, I don't know.
And would you feel confident, more confident
Yeah, more confident.
in the rain?
Yeah.
All right, that's interesting. Well, it's showing between a 40 and 60% likelihood of rain.
Yeah.
So your dream could come true.
Yeah.
Aldi, thank you very much. And let's go just a few places back up the table to Setu Rajiv of Honda Racing India. Setu, it's good to see you here, as always. Let's talk a little bit about round 2 first. What do you think you could have done to improve your result in round 2?
In round 2, maybe I had a very bad start because I didn't have a good start. Maybe if I would have started good, maybe I would have joined with the group and moved forward. But it was very difficult to come after 2 years of COVID. Back to the bike, everything was new. So we had a little bit of setup issues and we are working on it, and somehow we rectified some problems. So we'll give the best for the round 3 here.
Okay, do you have a strategy for round 3? I guess you haven't been here before.
Yes, I've not been here and we don't have any specific strategies. It's as long as we have a good setup and move forward and try to get better.
Okay, and all right, you have a big following in India. It's impossible not to notice. Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans in India?
Yes, they've always supported me and it gives a good boost, and thanks everyone for supporting me always. And yeah.
Okay. Setu, thank you so much.
You.
And let's just go one place to your right. And welcome, Cao, Vietnam.
Yes.
Cao, it's good to see you here, of course. Could you tell us what do you see as the biggest challenge when it comes to racing? Is it the speed? Is it the other riders? The circuits?
I think it the circuit, because in Vietnam we not have the big circuit like in the world. So the first time riding in ARRC, my biggest fear is the big circuit and the speed in the corner.
Yeah. And in round 2 at Sepang, you seemed to struggle a little bit. What was the issue you had there?
In round 2, I have a problem with the bike. My bike cannot run in 5 days, so only qualify and ride. And now my team work very hard to fit the bike, and I hope tomorrow the bike can run on the field practice to find the data, because here is the new circuit. So I need to run in the track to how to do ride this track.
Right. And your aim this weekend?
My aim is the cut the gap with the top rope, because when I follow the top rope, I can learn more from the top rider.
Yeah. Okay. Cal, good luck for this weekend, and thank you. And let's move on, last but not least, to Akid Aziz from 1XOS TKKR racing team. Akid, you are, of course, a former UB150 champion, and this is your first season in AP250. How would you say it's going for you so far?
Untuk tahun ni saya rasa permulaannya tak berapa begitu baik lah. Sebab untuk dapatkan setup motor, sebab saya round 1 bawa Yamaha, untuk round 2 saya bawa Honda. Setupnya memang berbeza berbanding dua jentera ni kan. Untuk race ni saya bawa Honda lagi. Saya cuba dapat setup untuk track ni.
And for round 3, we've seen you developing in this class. What is your objective for round 3?
Okey, untuk round 3 ni saya tengok ada part-part baru. Saya tengok ada tukar exhaust lain lah. Saya harap saya dapat improvement lebih baik lah berbanding pusingan sebelum ni.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
Akid, and
yeah.
good luck. Good luck this weekend.
Okay, thank you.
Those are the racing questions. We've been asking a few trivia questions because I know before you came here, you've been perhaps doing a little bit of homework about Japan and being here. So I have a question about. Actually, Akid, hold on to the to the microphone because I'll ask you first. What year did Sugo Circuit first open?
1975.
Oh, you really have done your homework. All right, brilliant. Let's pass the microphone to Setu Rajiv. Setu, a question for you. Name 2 traditional Japanese martial arts.
Oh, karate and kendai.
Karate and
Kendai.
kendo.
Yes.
All right, that's good. Can you name another one? That was too easy.
Can I name kung fu? Kung fu?
Maybe that's Chinese.
Oh.
All right, I asked you for 2. You gave us 2,
Yes.
and you are a motorcycle racer, not a
Martial art.
not a fist fighter,
Yes.
right? Okay. Perhaps more general question. I'd like to ask you, Cal Vietnam. Now, you have quite a lot of experience now in your racing career, and as you mentioned earlier, there are no circuits to train on in Vietnam, and you are in fact looked up to by many young Vietnamese racers. So my question for you is, who inspired you to start motorcycle racing?
What?
Who inspired you? Thank you, Setu. Who is your motorcycle racing hero?
Mark Marquez.
Sorry?
Mark Marquez. Mark Marquez.
Oh, Marc Marquez. Oh, okay. Well, that's a pretty good answer.
When I see my first time watch racing, before I just only rack race, not the track race. So when I see Mark Marquez fighting in MotoGP, I like it. I like the style of Mark, like Andre Aoni, Zacco. Before Marco Simoseli, very angry when he passed the rider.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a nice answer. Okay, thank you. So please could you pass the microphone a bit further up, because right up this end to Aldi Satya. Because Aldi, I have a similar question for you, because you're one of the most exciting young riders in this series, with we all think a great future ahead of you. Who is your inspiration to start motorcycle racing?
My inspiration motorcycle riders is Mark Marquez
Marc Marquez too. Okay.
because I like his riding style and everything I like.
Having watched you race, that makes total sense to me. So, thank you, everybody. Thanks, guys, for joining us this afternoon, and for your insightful, interesting answers. We're going to take a break. We have one more class, and it's a very exciting new class, the TVS One Make Championship, to cover next. So we're just going to take a break of a few minutes, and then we'll come back with some riders from the TVS One Make Championship. So stay with us. Welcome back to Sugo Sportsland, and thank you for staying with us for this pre-event press conference. We've been spending today talking to some of the key players in the 5 categories in the Asia Road Racing Championship. This is the 5th of those 5 classes that we're talking to some of the riders this afternoon. And this is for the TVS Asia One Make Championship. This is an extremely important addition to the series. It's a fantastic series because you can see young riders coming through on machines that are exactly the same specification, and there are 1 or 2 experienced riders in the Class 2 that give them the opportunity to measure themselves against. So this is a really interesting one, and we have a mixture of the old and the young. And so we've got here Warapong Malahuan, we've got Deki Tiano Aldi, we have Mohammed Fitri Ashraf, Watcherin Tubtimon, KY Ahmed, and James Frederick Jacobs. So welcome to all of you guys. And Warapong, you are the team leader, or the project leader in many respects, for this championship. So I think I will start with you. You're riding in this as well as just being the big boss.
Thank you.
And the first round of this championship, by the way, was in Sepang. And so you made a great finish in race 1 because you won it. What is your aim for this championship personally as a competitor?
This competition is start by the last moment. Is memory in 2020. I raced in AP250 and make the nice result in the top 5 with the class on the TVS ARRC. That's the moment is make this moment to big step for the TVS for make the TVS Asia One Make now. And then this is not just only opportunity to me, but give everyone it can riding with the race bike. Not only Thai or India. This is many countries to join here. This is the important to this project.
Yeah, and that's a useful bit of history because that was a sensational first outing in Sepang in 2020.
Yeah.
Sadly, that was the only round that was possible to be held that year. So here you are now, and this time you're at Sugo Circuit. How do you think you will go, and how do you think the bike will perform here? The 310RR.
Difficult to say. This is the first time for me with this circuit, and this circuit is have the layer is big different the tag I ever riding. It's so exciting same. Have the uphill and downhill for the layer. This is make the I think is make the push the performance the bike for the develop in the future, and have from some information detail the bike, give feedback to the TVS staff, and develop in develop and improve in the future. I think this is interesting.
Yeah, and have you been working on your skills for this particular circuit? How have you been training for this?
I training many times, many rider and training in my country. I live in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and I have the training school, and I have the academy. When I is the break on the rest, I go is the practice many times in there, and I have the program for in the 1 week. I have many times to exercise and practice with mini bike, and sometimes is with the gym and sometimes many times to testing the bike in another circuit in Thailand.
Yeah, well, I'm very well aware of that because I follow your Instagram, as you know.
Yeah, sure.
And by the way, it's a good follow. So yeah, look up Warapong Malhuan on Instagram if you want to look at what he's doing to train racers. Thank you for that. Let's turn next to Deki Tiano Aldi. Deki, it's good to see you here. You put in some fantastic performance in Sepang. What do you think? Why do you think you finished second in both races? Why do you think you didn't quite get onto the top step of the podium?
Ini balapan pertama saya di luar negeri. Saya mencoba untuk tampil di posisi pertama di race 1 dan di race 2, tapi belum nasib di race 1 race 2 untuk ke 1.
And what do you think about the TVS?
Mesin TVS itu sangat enak dipakai pas belok sama keluar masuknya.
Okay, and what's your objective for this round? You've been practicing?
Saya akan lebih push di seri berikutnya in Sugo untuk posisi pertama.
Okay, well, thank you, and it's great to see you here, and good luck. Let's move on to Muhammad Fitri Ashraf.
No, not yet.
Okay, so we'll go to KY Ahmed. KY, we were just talking a little bit earlier, but welcome to Sugo.
Yeah.
What do you think is your main challenge in this
Yes.
championship?
Happy to be here at Sugo. It's my main challenge is I want to make a podium for my country. That's my main challenge. It's quite difficult because this round riding MotoGP rider Hiroki Ono, it's quite fast. He is riding so long time. This is first time for me. Anyway, whatever I learn, I can learn and I can compete with them. So that's my main challenge.
Yeah, what did you learn either about your competitors and about the machine that you think will help you at Sugo?
This track is little different compared than Sepang or Buriram circuit because it's look like ups and down and blind corners over here, and width also smaller than Sepang. So we need to learn the track first and setting up the bike to the track. So we will do whatever possible.
Okay. So what is your aim for this weekend?
Yeah, I want to make a podium for here for my country and my pride. So I have been training in India so hard. Last week we had race in Indian Championship. So I won the race. So same perform to be here in Sugo. Continue the form.
Okay. Good luck for this weekend.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. And perhaps you could just pass the microphone 2 places to your right. And let's welcome James Frederick Jacobs, or I believe you're known as Freddie,
Yep.
to your friends. Freddie, it's great to have another Australian rider in this series. What would you say are the biggest challenges you face in racing? Meaning, is it your pace? Is it about the machine, the circuit?
Yeah, well, at the Malaysia in Sepang, I just struggled with the circuit a little bit because it was my first time there and also first time riding the Apache 310, so I had to get my head around all that, but I think I should be good for this weekend. know the bike a bit better, and I don't think many people in this class have been to the track.
Yeah, and what's your racing background in Australia? Could you tell us something about that?
Yeah, so I started in dirt track, flat track. I did that when I was younger, and then I transitioned my way into road racing. So I started in road racing and then got my way through the ranks into the Australian Championship, and yeah, then found my way over here.
Okay, and you had your first experience racing on this machine, as everybody else here did. What are the important points that you picked up from round 2 that you can bring to round 3 at Sugo?
Yeah, I just think it was important to learn the track and get a good setup, because that was quite hard to do back at home. But yeah, it was also a learning curve, because in Australia we don't have quick shifters, so I had to get my head around that. But no, it was quite good, and I'm excited for this weekend.
Okay, Freddie, thank you, and we're looking forward to watching you this weekend. So we've got a running order change here, if I'm not mistaken. So what you're in? Okay. Okay. What you're in, Tub Timon, one of several Thai heroes here this weekend. Not only in this championship. Who do you think you're quite experienced in like the Asia Championships? Who do you see in this championship as your biggest competitors?
Everyone, because I think everyone is good with thick skin and skate for to compete here, and especially is me.
Okay. And what did you learn at Sepang? Perhaps more about the machine that you think will help you here in Sugo. Sure. Yeah, please answer in Thai, that's fine.
พูดภาษาไทยเลยก็ได้ว่าคุณแบบรู้สึกยังไงกับรถรุ่นนี้บ้างก็ในรถรุ่นนี้ก็เป็นเรื่องใหม่ครับที่ได้จับรถ TVS แล้วก็รถก็ค่อนข้างดีครับสามารถปรับตัวเข้ากับรถได้ง่าย
Okay, and perhaps just let's stay in Thai for a moment. How do you feel about racing in Japan, being in Japan?
ก็เป็นประสบการณ์ใหม่ครับแล้วก็เรียนรู้ก็แท็กใหม่จะเก็บประสบการณ์แล้วก็พัฒนาในสนามนี้ครับ
Okay, thank you, and all the best, all the very best for this weekend. So those are the racing questions. There's a few more general questions, perhaps one or two about Japan that I'd like to ask you, perhaps to test your knowledge. And I'm going to come back to the leader of the pack here, Warapong.
Me?
Yes, you.
Me?
Yes, you.
Really?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
The TVS One Make Championship was preceded by the Asia Dream Cup as a One Make Championship. Name a former Asia Dream Cup champion currently racing in the All Japan ST600 Championship.
ST600 this round? All Japan, right?
In the All
You mean
Japan.
All Japan. Maybe I know now. My last teammate. Yeah, my last teammate is a Mugada, right?
It's Muklada.
Oh, he is a many experience with me in Japan in Suga 4 hour and many time to riding with me.
All right, brilliant. So some more general, just one or two general questions. Let's go back to Australia, actually, Freddie. There are so many great racers from Australia over the years. Who's your number one hero?
My number one hero, it's got to be Casey Stoner, because he's just such a good rider, and he just, I don't know, I just love his riding style.
Yeah, that's a perfect answer. Yeah. And what a shame we never saw him really race against Marc Marquez at his best. Okay. Here's a question for anybody. I just want to throw this open. If you've got some knowledge about the ARRC Championship, but name a previous Japanese ARRC champion. You can throw the microphone away if you want, Freddie.
I have no idea.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, the question is, name a Japanese rider who's a previous Asia Road Racing champion.
I think Hiroki Ono, he won the Asia Dream Cup champion long back ago.
Yeah, that's a really good answer. Okay. Your friends are nodding here. Anybody got any other ideas? Yeah, that's a great answer.
I have one rider is Yuki Ito, right?
Yuki Ito?
Yeah, Japanese rider. You mean Japanese rider, right?
Yeah, or a champion, a Japanese former Japanese champion. Yeah.
Kiyonari is ST600. It's long time ago.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good answer. There are a few. All right. Anybody else got an idea?
Yuki Takakashi. He won the
Yuki
SS600
Takahashi,
champion. I like his riding style too. It's so cute and smooth, but very fast.
Yeah.
I like his riding.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. That's good. Yeah, great answers and a little trip down memory lane as well. So thank you all very much for your input here and your insight. We appreciate it, and we wish you all the very best for this weekend. Have a great weekend's racing. And that brings us to the end of our pre-race press conference. So thanks to all of you for joining us and for your comments online. If you have any more, we'll be looking at them later. So ask us some questions or comment on your favourite riders. And of course, the on-track action starts tomorrow with the free practice day. That's a very full day from 8:30 to around 6 o'clock. So please join us there. We'll be streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. At 8:30, the AP250s will be on track, but there is action all the way through the day tomorrow. So join us there. Have a good night, and we look forward to seeing you at 8:30. That's Japan time tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.